Mi nome é Luis. In Portuguese, that means hello, my name is Louis. On my mom's side, my grandmother's grandfather, or my 2 times great-grandfather, Louis Silvey, was the first person to inspire me towards pursuing ancestry. He immigrated from the Azores in Portugal in 1860. He was born there in the 1830s. He lived in Chicago and he died in California. Now, I've sifted through so much information, but I have not been able to find where in the Azores he was born, who his parents are, and when he immigrated to the United States. I was told that you could look at a death certificate or naturalization paperwork, and that information should be on there. Unfortunately, in my case, there was no information on his death certificate or his naturalization records. So for the first time in all of my ancestry search, I've decided that at this point, I'm going to stop searching his line. But there's still a lot that I've learned from Louis Silva. To explain, he immigrated sometime in the 1860s. And because he doesn't have a birth certificate, I can only imagine that he came from a very poor family. He may have even snuck aboard a ship to come to the United States. But I also know that he was a survivor. After he came to the United States, he came to Chicago, married a beautiful Irish woman, and had 12 children. What's interesting is that there was a huge fire in 1871 in Chicago. Normally, people would leave the area if an entire city is destroyed. He didn't. He continued living in Chicago and attended one of the only churches that withstood the fire, and he lived there until 1875. From then, he moved to San Francisco. Now, I know that he came from a poor background, at least I can suspect that, but when he died, he was actually quite rich. He and his family owned 2 candy stores, a movie theater, a gum manufacturing plant, and a ferry. In his wife's obituary, he was referred to as the capitalist. And today, the largest Portuguese population in the United States is in San Francisco. And I can't help but think that a lot of them are related to me. 2 weeks ago, I mentioned that I was searching for the one person who was like me in my family history. And that was Louis's grandson, Father James Keller. James was born in 1900. When he was 6 years old, he knew he was going to be a priest. And he wanted to be a missionary to China. But that didn't happen. After he became a priest, he worked as a recruiter for the seminary where he studied for 20 years. After that, he moved to New York and he founded an organization called the Christophers. According to the website, Christophers in Greek means Christ bearer, someone who brings the principles of the gospel to the marketplace of everyday life. Now, I'm not Catholic, but I truly believe in Father Gregory's mission in life, which is that everybody, no matter what your position in life, can make a difference that will better the lives of others. Finally, my Richmond Castle. My 25 times great-grandfather, Sir Alan, Duke of Brittany, came over to northern England with William the Conqueror, his second cousin. After commanding the Battle of Hastings, William gave him a huge amount of land in northern England, where he built his castle and called it the Castle of Brittany. Now, being one of the largest landowners in England actually made him the richest man England has ever seen. There was a recent article that compared his wealth with Bill Gates. And in today's economy, Alan would be worth 3 times what Bill Gates is worth. Whoa. So he built his castle in 1069. About 100 years later, it was renamed the Richmond Castle, and all the descendants were known as of Richmond or DeRichmond. In 1430, there was a lot of intermarriage between the DeRichmond family and the Webb family, and it finally culminated in 1430 when the son of a DeRichmond married the granddaughter of a Webb, and the Webbs had more money at the time. So the only thing you could do, well, it wasn't the only thing, but the simple solution was to take your wife's last name, and that's what happened. So the family became the Webb family, and most of the DeRichmond line died out, except for a few relatives still kept that name. I am the 18th great-granddaughter of that DeRichmond Webb marriage that changed our name to Webb. So, as our toastmaster explained, motivation doesn't always start your search for ancestry. Motivation doesn't always start a lot of our actions. A lot of times it does come after, like when you become a parent, or you join a church, house of worship, or when you go on your dreaded family vacation. So I would like to challenge you this week to find somebody in your family and ask them something about your family. Think of who that person might be. And think about what a question that you might ask. There is no question that is too simple or too insignificant. And when you get that answer, it will provide a tremendous wealth of information.